Hey folks, it's Greg and Janet with Strange RV Tours. Today we're in Mineola, Texas, and we're going to check out the haunted OP Pyle house and the Ima Hogg property. Join us.
Okay, this is the marker here for the OP Pyle house. It was built between 1903 and 04, but Owen Pinky Pyle was a big publisher and editor of the Mineola Courier. He was a big influence in this area, and he built this big house, y'all. It's gorgeous. So if you want to pause and read that, that's cool. But there's another one right over here. This property was actually called the Patton Pastures at one time. And here's another marker right here. And it's pretty much like that one. The Wren brothers helped build the house, and it's a beautiful Queen Anne style home. And then there's another marker over here. Okay, let me tell you. But this land was being worked by railroad people, and it was actually called Sodom at one time. There was a guy, boss man, that ran the crews to do all of the railroad work, and supposedly Patton sold lots, unmarked graves, for workers of the lands, and it was called Sodom. And boss man was one of the guys that was a real jerk, and supposedly like beat people to death, and they buried him all in this area. So woo. Okay, here's the other marker. This is the birthplace of Miss Ima Hogg. Okay, her daddy had a house right here on this property. So if you want to pause and take a look at that, she was a great influence in music. She's great in the community.
Philanthropist.
Yes. And she died at the age of 97.
A Texas legend.
Yeah. I'll get to the whole story of the Hogg family and all that.
All right, guys. Now, we actually got to meet the current owner of the property. He came out and kind of gave us a tour around the place so that we could film, and he gave us a little bit of information. They do haunted tours here occasionally, and these markers on the ground, these looks like pavers. This is what they call a veil, and these pavers go around the property. There's one there, and then over here where this bunny rabbit is, there's another one of them. And then over here you'll see, just literally surrounding this portion of the house, they're kind of in a circular pattern. Now, there seems to be some type of energy on this side over here of the pavers. And to show us that, the homeowner brought out some dowsing rods and let me use them, and we filmed that. So we'll let you guys see that here in just a moment. But whenever you cross over one of these pavers towards the home, the dowsing rods will cross each other. And as I would back up, they'd straighten. They'd go forward and they'd cross each other. Really bizarre.
So, take that.
Okay.
So you want to lightly hold them like a pressure like that, so they don't wobble around.
Okay.
So the trick is hold your arms together and try and get
Level.
parallel
Okay.
effort and try and keep them straight, and then walk slowly.
Okay. So.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness. You guys, that's wild.
That's crazy, huh?
Okay. You're just being real still. Don't move your arms.
Yeah,
Oh.
keep going.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, do. That's
Try
so
this
cool.
one.
Okay.
Out
So
there.
it seems to be a natural arc.
See, the barrier goes right along through here,
Yeah.
all the way around the house. Here,
Sure enough.
they put markers here.
I'm
That's
not
amazing.
making it up.
No, that's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Look at Gray. Are you freaking out or what?
I think it's cool.
Think it's cool? That one goes way
Yeah.
far.
I may have to be putting too much pressure on that one.
Do it again. Do it again.
Just a very light pressure. Yeah. But you're not making it up, right?
No, not at all. That's no. I wish I was.
Yeah.
But no.
Those are cool.
It's amazing.
You want to try it?
You want to try it?
Yeah, I'll
Are
try
you
it. I am.
scared?
No, I'm not scared. This stuff does
She's
scare.
the brave one of the
I-
two of us.
I mean, they said, Greg would ask me, would you like to stay in a place like that? I said, yeah. I'd be talking to him.
We used to rent the upper and lower apartments out.
Uh-huh.
But people wouldn't stay beyond 3
Uh-huh.
o'clock
Yeah.
right
Uh-huh.
there.
Uh-huh.
So walk slowly. Keep going. Yep. There you go.
Strange, isn't it?
And you know you're not fooling yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Yeah. And
I-
you can use these as a yes and no device.
Oh.
So if like, hey David, are you there? Cross once for yes, or don't move them for no.
Stuck on my skin. I know it won't go back because it's stuck on my fingers.
So typically, when you do it, you say thank you, and then they return to normal, and then you can keep on going.
Wow.
Yeah, man, we gotta get this.
Amazon.
Yeah, we gotta get our house in Vegas. We had a spirit. I promise. It told me get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I kept seeing the bottom floor and top floor, same area. And one night I was putting laundry in the dresser, and I was standing there with a bundle of socks, and I'm standing there, and somebody says, "Get out."
Yeah.
I'm going.
It happens.
But
But this house is known to have 18 entities on this property. And Janice got all kinds of information on that she will show you now, talk to you about.
okay. All right. Well, we talked about Ima Hogg, right? Well, her daddy was living here. This is where their home used to be. There used to be a church and a rectory and the house over on this side of the property. Well, actually, all that burnt down. But Ima Hogg was born here. And she was something else. Her mom's name was Susie. Supposedly, she still hangs out here and in the house. And people say they see Susie in the house. They saw pictures and described that Susie is in the house and out on the grounds. Okay, her remains and Mr. Hogg's remains are in this area. They are interred here. along with some family pets, and their ashes are scattered here. So there's supposedly a lot of
paranormal activity.
Yeah, a lot of paranormal activity in this area, and it is lovely here. It's peaceful in this area.
And this area over here has kind of become like a pet cemetery. They inter their pets here. They've had a couple monkeys here. I'm sure dogs and cats.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know, Mr. Hogg got big time down in Houston with oil, and so she had all kinds of money, and she started, that is, Ima started the Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra in Houston, and she had a big thing to do with women's mental health. So she was a single woman and spent her money on good things.
Yeah, supposedly she was asked to be married like 30 times and turned it down every time. She's very independent.
Yeah. Okay, now this house, E.A. Thorpe actually lived in this house after the Pyle family. Thorpe took over the house. He is known to hang out in the library in his favorite corner in this house. He died in that house, and so he still hangs out. He's very calming if you go into that room. And he was he seems to like to watch everybody. People can tell that he's watching. Now David, you know, Heidi Hoke's husband, David, came out and told us all about this veil here. Okay, what it is like a dome that covers the house. There is a Civil War veteran that is known to protect the land, and his name's David Aiken. He has been contacted by paranormal investigators, psychics, and said that he doesn't care about the house, he's protecting the land. So he was living behind the house on that side of the property, and another structure with a lady. He was taking care of the lady, and the lady was taking care of him. They weren't a couple, they were just taking care of each other. But when he died, he is the protector of the land. So all this land in this area, he protects. And apparently it's got to be within this dome, because you can kind of tell it goes in a circle all the way around the property, and that's what he calls the veil. It's like a veil over the house. And what I was told, and what David confirmed, that there are portals in the house. Okay, at the staircase and in the front parlor area. But I heard about the staircase. I didn't know about the parlor area. But they have dogs, 5 dogs inside, and that's why part of the reason why we can't go in. But the dogs react to when there's entities coming through that portal. But what's neat is Aikens gets rid of the mean ghosts, you know, the bad spirits, you know. That's what he's known for. He likes to chase off the mean spirits, and that's great. I mean, you know, I wouldn't want any demons and buttholes around me either. But also, okay, David came out and he was explaining all about the veil. But also, it was Heidi's parents that helped build all this stuff out here, like the pond and the gazebo. Okay, the pond is known to have some spirits hang out here, but especially by this gazebo. So there's a kitty cat. Heidi's cousin's buried out over here. So they say that he hangs out here too. So, you know, you got all these people involved with this area, and they keep saying that, okay, his spirit likes to hang out here. There's another gazebo on the other side of the property that apparently there's numerous spirits that have been captured on film and documentaries and stuff like that over there. And the Carriage house is another place.
Yeah, the cousin is supposedly a very jovial, happy spirit.
Yeah.
And he's been spotted by quite a few people that visited the property, roaming in this area here.
Pretty cool, huh? Man, David is very informative. Yeah.
And now, somebody that was here on a ghost tour, I believe, was sitting down right over here. They were sitting down on this bench here while the ghost tour was going on. And in the Hogg family, there was a gentleman named Mike. And the lady that was sitting here, there was nobody sitting beside her at the time, but she felt something on her arm. And instinctively she asked, "Is that you, Mike?" And of course she couldn't see Mike, but everybody heard somebody say yes.
Oh.
And so that's kind of spooky. But yeah. Now this pond area here was built by Mr. Hoke.
Yeah, I told him that.
And he loved this pond area. And they had koi in this pond at the time that he was alive. And the day that he died, all of the koi died. And we were told by the owners that the koi are just now starting to come back.
Yeah, he said they were real big ones with big fancy fins, and he said they're just now coming back. So I don't know how long ago he died, but
I don't either.
that's weird that they'd all passed the same day. That's, wow. That's amazing. All right, so let's go to the Carriage house and show you the Carriage cows. That's where Boss, that asshole lynch man, is supposed to have hung out. Okay, well, David took us in here. This the old Carriage house, and they used to rent it out, but people would not stay here. So now she converted it to her little shop for hypnotherapy,
and natural medicines.
Yeah. I was told when they were trying to rent this out for, you know, during Halloween or for their big events, people would end up leaving by 3 a.m. because they couldn't take it. The entity boss man is just evil.
Not a happy guy.
Yeah. Now, this property goes way back over here, and way over there. It's beautiful. It is just beautiful. So we can sneak over here.
And we've been told that there was some graves or some people buried over in this section of the land, and that people see apparitions around this cupola, or what would you call
Gazebo?
it? Gazebo. So we'll walk over here. And the owner here told us that one of the portals in the house around the table.
Yeah, the parlor
Table, that if you have an SLS camera, I don't know if you have to have a digital SLS or a film camera, but they've gotten photographs of people that or of apparitions that start coming through the table, and they start off kind of like skeletons, and then they kind of metamorphosize or whatever into a being, and then they just kind of plop down on the table and they'll sit there.
Ooh.
So pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Now, this is Mr. Hoke's work. Heidi's dad. His parents loved gazebos. They loved the pond, and had built this also. You see all this. This is pretty. In an eerie way. It's pretty.
It is.
You know, I'm just thinking, boss man over there, his name was J.H. Randall. I couldn't remember his name, and I just now remembered it. Like, there is a sewing room in this house, and Heidi had some little fish aquariums in it, and apparently Susie did not like that. Okay, for no reason, after fish are dying for no reason, and then sometimes they just disappear. Heidi couldn't figure it out, and then when I guess she had to take the aquariums out of the sewing room, Susie didn't like it. But they do a lot of pet rescue, and they have like all the dogs, cats, and they got chickens too. Isn't that cool?
They do occasionally open the house up for ghost tours and stuff. They're going to have an event here on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can look online if you're interested in possibly coming out to that event. It is the O.P. Pyle home.
Mm-hmm.
So in Mineola, Texas. Heidi Hoke's business here is the Vitae Pondera Health and Education Center, Traditional Naturopathy. You can contact them with the phone number there, 903-569-9913 for an appointment. This is a beautiful home, guys, on a beautiful piece of land. Very historic, and apparently very busy with people that aren't always here. So, pretty cool. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our visit here to the O.P. Pyle home and the Ima Hogg property. If you did, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the little bell down there, and until next time, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fix your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on